Hey, welcome back to the Long Dark. Continuing on with the Nomad challenge. So, where we last left off, we had just arrived at Trapper's Cavern in Mystery Lake. Yes, that is correct. Cool. So we just arrived here, I think, at the end of last stream, and we had not looted it yet, so that's what I'm going to do now. Now, Trapper's Cavern is an awesome base for Mystery Lake. It's one of the most popular bases, along with Camp Office for this area. It has a huge variety of what you may need. There are rabbits nearby, deer nearby, a moose, sorry that's my dog, a moose quite often spawns nearby. On lower difficulty levels such as this one, you have things like the revolver and the rifle spawning in here. There's a safe, there's loads of storage, there's a stove with 2 cooking surfaces, there's a cave right outside the door which takes you to Mountain Town / Milton. It generally is just a great place to base yourself. But as we're doing the Nomad challenge, we are not basing ourselves here at all. I think I've already looked, yes. We're not basing ourselves in here, we are looting and moving on. So, I already have a revolver, but I'm just picking this one up to see what its condition is at. Its condition is 47%, and I am 99% sure that the one I'm carrying has got a better condition. One thing worth looking at though is picking it up, making sure that it hasn't got any bullets in it, because if it has bullets in it, take those. But we're just going to leave that for now. I'm going to grab these rifle cartridges.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Peaches. I'll do the safe in a minute. And on the shelf here we have another mag lens. I believe I already have one. Another flare. Granola bar. Some more matches. Sometimes there's stuff down in these corners. There's no rifle on the rack, but we already have one. And then on the shelf here it looks like we've got some more food. Excellent. More food, more soda. Another sewing kit. Another firearm cleaning kit, which we won't need. Snares are really helpful. I might actually do that. Put one outside. Grab soda, jerky. Yep, keep hitting the workbench. That's the dangers of a controller. What I quite often like to do is search with my lantern on, purely because it stops you from missing all the little things they hide in corners here. But I think I'm just going to do a first pass of searching, and then I will do another little look around with my lantern going, make sure I didn't miss anything. But yeah, because it's such an easy challenge, the difficulty is not tough. We don't normally need to do things like craft our own clothing or hunt for food. It's really just making sure you picked up enough food around the area to feed yourself for those 3 days that you're holding up. Yep. It's not that I would have missed them, because I always do a look with the lantern on, but rifle bullets, seriously. Really easy to miss. Stuff under beds is easy to miss. Quite often behind stoves. Definitely under. I'll probably mix some water while we're here. She's smacking her lips, so she's getting a bit thirsty. And the safe is the last thing we'll do. Cool. Yeah, okay. So the Long Dark has a lot of sound prompts, as you probably have deduced. So when you're about halfway through a need, like thirst, she'll make a noise. When you're halfway hungry, she'll complain, or you'll hear her stomach grumble. When you're less than a quarter full, she'll say she's never been so hungry in her life. I obviously went through this way too fast because I missed it altogether. Or am I going the wrong direction? Am I going the wrong direction? I'm half asleep, obviously. It is the afternoon, but, or did I just miss it just then? It is the afternoon. I'm going to try that again because I was talking and not paying attention. I have just had my lunch. I've just put my daughter to bed. Yeah, no, I think I'm actually supposed to be going left first, and for some reason, my brain, I just pushed the controller stick the complete other direction today, which makes no sense whatsoever. But hey, we all do these weird mistakes when we're trying to narrate and play a game. It was about there. And because this can be totally random, the numbers can be really close together or not. Sometimes you get like 2, 5, 3 and you're like, wow. Ooh, very lucky there. So I've seen a couple of different techniques with this. It's quite funny watching other people play and seeing that they just sort of ram-raid their way around the dial until they find the numbers, and then they do it slowly. Oh, see? Whereas I like to try and luck into finding the first 1 or 2. It was 20 something, wasn't it? And then 30 something. Okay. And then do it really, really carefully, or I try and do one at a time really, really carefully. But now, was it in the 30s? This is really exciting streaming content. I think it was in the 20s. It was in the 50s. Okay, so we're at 14, 30 something, and then 50 something. Pay attention, cat. There's probably going to be nothing decent in here, and all of this was just me being an idiot. Aha. Please don't just be money.
I'll take it.
Yeah, okay. I think the boots are the same, yeah, but not as good. Okay, cool. Got the bullets out of it. Right, let's do a little stock take of what we've got here. Probably do some more mending while I'm here too, but I think I'm going to need to make a bunch of water. I think we're quite lowish, getting lowish on water. I don't need these guys. Don't even know if I'll use the mag lens, to be quite honest. Purely because matches are so abundant in this difficulty. Cool. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be purifying any water. Oh, I might carry a couple just in case. Alright, how are we doing for food and water? So food's actually pretty good. 2 litres of water. What I'm going to do is just start one of these. Yep, that'll do. Get some water going, and I might put a snare outside and see if I can catch myself a bunny. Because catching yourself a rabbit without any effort is actually quite nice. Yeah, I'm getting that glitch again. Or I can't add cedar without trying 2 or 3 times. Excuse me, I just had to mute to sneeze. Didn't want to burst your eardrums. You know what? Let's chuck 4 litres on. So it'll take 2 hours. There we go. And there's no deer out. Oh, there is. There's one. So I could hunt, but the whole purpose of this is just to get from place to place, see the world. I can't even see any bunnies, but And I don't even think Nomad takes you to Mountain Town, so I don't know if I'm going to be going back via here later, but let's check our journal and find out. I think it's just coastal, DP, Pleasant Valley, and Timberwolf, and here. So yeah, I'm not coming back through here, but if I'm going to last 3 days, I'll need lots of water while I'm here. I can dump some stuff before I leave. And I'm going to run heavy because, yeah, the game is on very easy difficulty and I can run a bit heavy until I need to climb a rope for Timberwolf. There's not going to be a lot of sprinting from predators, hopefully. So yeah, to catch you up if you've not watched me before, we're doing Nomad because I felt like playing all the challenges from start to finish again. The only challenges I've never played at all are As the Dead Sleep and Escape the Darkwalker. But I do plan to get to those and play them. So we just started with Nomad. We're going to go to Archivist after this. And yeah, go from there. And so far we've done as you can see, the locations. One location in PV, radio control hut at Signal Hill as we left Pleasant Valley. Because you spawn at the farmhouse, and then I went straight through to Mystery Lake and did the dam and Forestry Lookout. So we're going to do Trappers, and then we're actually going to go to Camp Office because we're going to make our way through the ravine to Coastal after that. Yeah, just going to pass time. Perfect. I'm going to leave these pots here because they were the pots that were here when I arrived and I already have one. Sweet. So yeah, the key to this challenge is just sleep past time, sleep past time. It is not a thrilling challenge, I'm afraid. But it is a really good challenge to try to get your feet wet, to learn a bit about the maps of the game, and to get used to playing the mechanics of the Long Dark. I do have an abundance of food, and I'm not going to be worrying very much about food poisoning, partly because I believe on this lower difficulty it doesn't really happen very often, and partly because I have antibiotics and I can easily go get myself some mushrooms and make some tea. Yeah, so we're going to do passing time and sleeping in kind of 6 hour increments until we spend enough time here, and then we're going to move on. Yeah, and after I've done a bunch of the challenges, or even alongside it, I'm going to definitely be starting a new Stalker Custom, or just plain Stalker. I think Custom purely because there's a couple of things I'd like to switch off or switch up. And my goal really is to get back to the skill level that I used to have in the game. I've been playing little bitty sort of couple of hours here and there at the game over the last year or two. I have 2 young children, and I haven't really been dedicating as much, or hasn't really been possible to spend as much time as I would normally like to playing. And I used to be pretty good at things like the bow and bringing down bear, and I've brought down a moose before. I can't say that I'm a huge amazing shot and talented player at bringing down the moose first go, but I'd really like to get back to being really good at the bow and work towards playing in higher difficulties, though I do really enjoy playing in Voyager, to be quite honest. I find that there is an element of challenge still to it, and this game is my escape really. It is just a really enjoyable game to play for me. Absolutely love this game. Never ever get tired of it, different every time I play it. So I'm not really looking to be an interloper player, but the more I watch others play interloper, the more I think I definitely could play interloper. I've just never really been looking for that kind of challenge. But yeah, I was watching Zach's video today. He's got a 6-hour video called Interloper Made Easy, which I think is hilarious. And he's just so incredibly talented and so hard to rattle. He's easy to watch, easy to listen to, and watching him bring down a bear and then have another bear literally walking towards him and him one-shot that bear as well, and then harvest both of them is just awe-inspiring. He's got a great compilation too lately of him doing 1,000 days, which is amazing. And in one moment of the video, he has a bear and a moose attacking him during a foggy sort of blizzard, and you have to watch it. It's very entertaining. Cool. Right, so we're going to stop her tummy rumbling. I'm going to go for the condensed milk. We're going to give her a drink, and then I'm going to check on my clothing and see what repairs we can do. So, because you spend so much time waiting around in each location... Oh, I never got rid of those boots. You might as well get all your tools and your clothes up to the best quality they can be. Do I have cloth? Of one. Might need to pull apart those cargo pants. I really don't want to do that because they're good pants. Not as good as mine. I've got I believe work are better than cargo, then snow are better than both. I like to have a spare pair of gloves. You know what? I'm not going to be doing it. Let's rip them down. I don't believe there's any curtains in here. I think this is, yeah, one of those locations without any curtains. Okay, so there may not be a lot of clothing repairing going on in here. So if you sort by the little condition icon, the star, my lowest condition is actually 81, so I am going to repair it. But 80% is kind of the minimum that I like my clothing to be at anyway, without worrying too much about it. Because essentially, if, say, this gave you 3 degrees of warmth at 81%, you're getting 81% of that warmth amount. So we might as well kill some time. And I'm not 100% sure if books spawn in this difficulty, because that's another good way to pass the time. I figured I'd get the probably the most boring challenge to watch out of the way first. I'm wondering if you can hear my PlayStation. It sounds like it's about to take off. This problem with PlayStation 4s, they're a little bit noisy at times. I think it might need a good clean, to be fair, with some compressed air or something. Actually, I just realised. Carrying 4 cans, not useful. Wow, I realised past. It's a quiet Friday afternoon here in New Zealand, in Wellington, New Zealand. But I live on a school street, so within the next half an hour, my street will become pretty busy with parents waiting to pick up their sons. It's a boys' school. And it's what we would call a college, which would be high school in most parts of the world. And yeah, there's an awful lot of people that come and pick up their teenage boys right at the very door of the school and clog up my tiny little street, and it's a bit chaotic for half an hour every day, but it's all good. And in the mornings as well, but in the mornings I'm less likely to be caring because I'm busy feeding children. Cool. So we must be at, I reckon, 2.3 days maybe? Oh, we just finished Trappers. Sweet. Time of day is it? Midday. Perfect. Okay. Gosh, so many bullets. Oh my god. So with this many bullets, honestly, there are a lot of really great tactics and ways of warding off predators in this game. And the most common predator is obviously the wolves. And the thing about the wolves is that if you're carrying a torch or you light a fire and you get the fire or the torch... Oh, see, look. Shit. I'm just going to get the hide, actually.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Because that's not going to make me smell and I could use it. Huh. You know what? Might. It's really silly. I have to switch off the part of my brain that plays this game in survival because I want to grab everything and do everything and get ready to cure hides and guts and make stuff. And because this is such an easy challenge, I don't need to do any of that. So I need to switch that part of my brain off. Anyway, yes, she's getting tired. As I was saying, there is a... so there's easy tactics to get rid of the wolves. They will always run away if you say drop a torch and then aim a rock at them, or aim a weapon at them if you're lucky enough to have a weapon. But when you have 50 bullets and 2 wolves are coming at you, I just shoot. I just let a bullet go and they'll run away and reset. And I don't have to worry about carrying fire with me or starting fires or any of that. So it's quite funny. So yeah, now we're heading our way to camp office. Usually down there's a dead person or a carcass. I can't see either. I could hear sort of vague crows before though. We're going a bit of a convoluted way, but that's fine. So you may have noticed this, I'm very new to streaming. If you are on the stream live right now, there is no one here, so I am talking to no one. But I am also pushing these to YouTube, so if anyone wants to watch the series on YouTube, they can do, and they'll hear me babbling on about stuff. But I also do have, in my Twitch chat, I have a chat bot that helps moderate things. It's just a setting you turn on, and it auto tweets every now and then to get people to follow me, which is, you know, very kind of it, but I don't think that's anytime soon. I don't think I'm gonna have a big followership immediately, if at all. But every now and then when it does that in the chat, PlayStation tells me someone has been in the chat. And reminds me that no one is watching. I have had viewers, I'm just saying. Just no one's watching right now. Which is fine. I need to build up that community, and if I never get a community, I never get one. That's all good. I'll use this just to push to YouTube and to continue doing something that I love, while also talking about it at the same time. So I'm a little heavy. As you can see, bottom right, the red icon means I'm over encumbered. Partly, as you'll see, because I don't have the 35 kilos I normally have, I now have 33.64, because the more tired you get, the less you can carry. And I'm going to confound it by picking up a stick. And it does slow you down. I do play encumbered quite a lot of the time though, so there's nothing new here. I don't usually like to be more than, say, well, at the worst I do 10 kilos over, but I usually do about 5 kilos over when needed, and try and stick as close to carrying capacity as possible. I used to be notoriously bad for always being encumbered, being one of those players that desperately needs to have everything and to hoard everything. But I'm getting, in the last, while of playing this game, I've gotten a lot better at not being quite so scared to leave things behind. Some more. Oh, that's my phone. Apologies. Just stop that there. Some more Old Man's Beard up ahead. So it's a great alternative antiseptic that you can apply with a bandage into a bandage to yeah, if you get a mauled and have an infection wrist. I'm just going to have a couple on me in case I do have a wolf attack. Yep. Oh, you have to get right under it sometimes. Actually, probably don't need to be carrying my revolver out, it's just habit. So quite often I would base myself at trappers where we just were, but lately, if I'm in Mystery Lake, I do kind of prefer Camp Office. Partly because it's got proximity to fish. There's usually deer that wander around outside, and because this little valley here usually has a couple of deer, pretty much always has rabbit. I placed 2 snare in here, which I might actually do, seeing I'm going to be based at Camp Office. Place a snare or 2 in here. You can collect rabbit almost every day. Make yourself a rabbit hat, rabbit mittens, etc. In my main story game, sort of so far, my main run of about 250 days, unfortunately I decided to take that run and go to Blackrock because I'd finished story mode, and I thought, well, I've been everywhere else with my character because I did Faithful Cartographer with that run a while ago and then just kept it going. I thought, well, I've been everywhere else, why don't I take her to Blackrock? But I didn't really think it through 100% because I ended up in Blackrock with all of my good non-man-made clothing on. And yeah, I got mauled by a bear. Ill-timed shot, and he mauled me, and a lot of my clothing is really bad, and I didn't have any because I didn't plan anywhere near properly. I got a bit ahead of myself, I think, because I played for so long and had very few issues. I didn't really plan my trip to Blackrock well enough. I picked up the game after a couple of months of not playing and went, oh yeah, let's take my main character to Blackrock, and I didn't take spare guts, spare hides, anything. So I couldn't repair my clothing, and I would need to have been hunting, and I was trying to travel and all of this. It was just badly done. Cool. So, this is Camp Office, which is, yeah, as I said, an excellent little location. I'm going to be here for another 3 days. One thing it does have is a lot of curtains, which is very helpful. So we're going to rip those down. Let's do some clothing repair. And one thing they seem to have added in a fairly recent update, I believe, is that the rooms get much brighter when you've torn down the curtains. May have been in the game forever, and maybe they've just tweaked it. But yeah. Oh, Astrid, that's a big sigh. There's a Magleen's in this corner almost always. Yeah, it's there. So yeah, you may occasionally hear my dog. She's just pottering around.
This will come in handy.
Let's put back that those I'm going to get rid of this now because I'm going to make old man's beard. Look in here. Cool. On lower difficulties, there is, I think 100% of the time, there is a hook.
This stuff will come in handy.
And a line on this workbench. Like, I've never ever not found it. I'm wondering if it's there on higher difficulties. There's pretty much always a jerry can, pretty much always a cooking pot. I don't want to search those for sodas. I probably can, but let me just have a quick look. There's usually food in this corner. You can tear down these wheels for firewood. And there's usually tea. Yeah, in that corner. Oh, there's another can opener. What's my can opener at? 74. Cool. This is pretty much always fuel around. Yeah, you can get all the curtains. There's usually stuff hanging on the stairs. You get 2 lots of fabric hanging on the stairs, and there's a bunk bed up above that has also has fabric hanging on it. So I'm just going to grab all the cloth. I'm going to sleep, and then when I get up tomorrow... Hey, Carl. Yes! Took! When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to finish repairing a few of my clothing. Get most things to 100%. Then I probably don't need to worry about repairing them, if at all, unless I get attacked, because I think they wear down really slowly on this difficulty.
I can use this.
No. Pillows, 2 cloth, windbreaker, I don't need it, and old bedrolls, I think are 6 cloth. They're really good. It's always just handy to have cloth anyway. There's some chippies, as we would call them in New Zealand, chips.
I'll take it.
61, what have I got? I think I'm higher. 62! I might repair my bedroll actually. The more high quality your bedroll is, the more warmth bonus it gives you. Yeah, so in my normal mode I would carry around cloth and gather sticks so I could create snow shelters, which is a handy way of avoiding cabin fever. Obviously you can sleep in caves or cars. Quite often I would alternate sleeping inside and in a non-inside location for a while to get rid of the risk, or to just avoid a risk coming up at all. I'm going to sleep for 10, I think. But yeah, snow shelter is another really viable option, and I have used them in blizzards to escape being not 100% sure where I am, or knowing that I'm travelling in a difficult area, being able to just quickly, or not so quickly really, put together a snow shelter and sleep in that for the night has been a lifesaver. I'm not sure how handy they are on sort of like interloper, purely because I'm not sure how warm they would keep you, unless you have a really like bare bedroll or something, but they are a very handy tool. And they need 5 cloth and 15 sticks. Sounds like a lot, but if you get one of those branches that you can break down for sticks, they break down into 3. And if you get one of those scrub brushes, they break down into, I think, even more, maybe 5, 6. So you can kind of do it without too much hassle. I stopped passing time there because, I'll show you. Even though it's dark, if you see the sun, the 2 little spiky bits on either side of the sun on the left there have, up in the top right, have come up. So in theory, I should be able to do things that require light now, like repair my bedroll. Ah, not quite. Not quite. It's very close though. Very, very close. I'd be very surprised if I was only seconds away from doing this. Yeah, there we go. Cool. You can sort of sharpen hunting knives in the dark. I think I say this every episode. I apologise. If you're watching this as a series, please complain. But you can actually, yeah, sharpen and clean weapons in the dark, but you can't repair in the dark. Oh, blizzard. Let me just check. Might as well do stuff like this. So yeah, I usually have my food and my tools sorted out. Apologies. think I might have had a delivery just then. I apologise. Yeah, so I sort my food and my tools by condition in the middle there, so that I know up top what needs repairing and what needs eating first. If I'm overweight and I'm carrying a lot of really good food, then I just sort by weight and I eat the heaviest stuff first. Just something I do. Now, that's right, I did pick up a toque. Let's put on that second toque and get rid of the wool scarf. And that's it really. In terms of clothing, I think we're pretty good. I was going to repair the expedition parka. And let's just repair everything we can. Apologise for the dog. I'm not actually expecting anything to be delivered today, but anyone who comes near the house must be barked at. And she's this fairly small, not a small dog, she's sort of a medium size really, but she's a spoodle. She's a spaniel mixed with a poodle. She is not in any way ferocious, but she needs to defend the household. I will have to check out my front door and see if there's something on the porch there. So blizzards in this challenge are only really annoying when you've done your 3 days and you're trying to move on. I'm only 0.8 in, so I'm not really gonna care. And yeah, I've been encountering so much food, it's crazy. It really does make life a lot easier when they put the challenge into this easier difficulty. But it is such a good, I think, introduction to the Long Dark. Figure out where everything is. It's probably more boring when you know the maps. If you don't know the map, it's probably really fun. Cool. So we're at 1.4. So yeah, a bit more boredom ahead. Eat, drink, pastime, sleep. After this, we're going to move on to the ravine and go to Coastal Highway, which is a really cool region. It's a bit difficult if you're new to the game and you only really know Mystery Lake. Coastal Highway can be a bit of an adjustment because of all the wolves, bear, and the first location we're going to go is actually quite regularly has a bear. The Quonset garage or garage, depending on where you're from, pretty much always has a bear prowling around outside, so that's going to be the first real challenge. Avoid the bear, avoid the wolves. I never thought I'd say it, but I'm actually going to need more water soon. I'm also going to listen out just for a second for my daughter. She normally wakes up.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
No, Astrid. She normally wakes up when she slept about 40 minutes. Sometimes she needs a bit of attention to get back to sleep, but I will keep an ear out for her. So like in other locations, I may end up finishing my 3 days in the dark. Though fingers crossed not. Fingers crossed I can get out of here while it's still light. So what I might do on this next cycle is sleep 6-7 hours, and then make a little bit of water before I leave. Ah, bugger. 2.8 and there's a blizzard. Okay. Gonna go Fire Striker. Here we go.
Well, that didn't work.
So I started getting set up earlier to do the stream, and I was playing around because I'm setting up a bit of lighting to potentially add a cam to my streams in future. Messing about with that and the microphone settings and making sure your gain setting is right, etc. And I kept getting this weird rattling, scraping sort of sound, and I was like, what is that? I don't understand what's going on, I can't have that all stream and it's just going to be annoying. And I realised it's the brand new necklace that I had on earlier. It is a few weeks away from Mother's Day here in New Zealand, and I'd ordered myself, just as it was a pre-order and it was a buy it now or miss out sort of thing, a locket that has pictures of my children in it. I know, very cute. And it arrived the other day, so I thought I'll put that on today, which I know it's nowhere near Mother's Day, but
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I'm really close. Dang. I'm gonna make some coffee. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I picked up non-potable water, of course I did. Ugh, dope. Yeah, so I just thought I would wear my necklace today. And yeah, didn't think about the fact that it was so loud. So, in case you don't know, you can put hot drinks next to the fire, not on it, and it will heat them up for you. So I've got 3 hot drinks. I've got this water that's nearly done. These drinks are probably not hot anymore because I was talking and oh, they are just hot. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, because my clothing is good and I know the map so well, I'm just going to travel. We'll travel I don't even know why I'm doing that. In a blizzard it's very unlikely to encounter any predators. Your biggest problem is the cold. So yes, this looks like the worst idea I've ever had, but follow this line. It's not actually cold enough to make me cold, so we're all good. We're going to follow this line. We're going to follow the train tracks. And if we get It's 2 degrees for me, so we're all good. If we get desperately cold, we've got hot drinks on board, which may or may not still be hot because of what I did with the water. And we've got places that we can shelter. But I didn't really want to spend however many hours sitting around in camp office for it to end, so we are moving on. Just starting to get cold now. And that's the Expedition Parker for you. And those boots, etc. Everything's keeping me really warm. 2 arrows down, that's fine. But look how slowly it's taking to actually go down. Look, new location. Ah, have I not been in derailment? I thought I had. Let's poke our head in here for a second. Deco. More bullets. This game is just throwing bullets at me. I'm actually warming up in here. Huh. Funny. Okay. Normally there's dead body here, stuff lying in the snow, a flare, all quite consistent. And if there's crows, you can pick up feathers to make your arrows, etc. But yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of goes out the window when you're just doing a challenge. So follow the train tracks or the light poles. Most, I say this, touching wood, most wolves, etc., just despawn. Unless they're in the middle of stalking you or about to attack you, I believe. They would otherwise, in this weather, just disappear. Gonna say we should be coming up on the train car. Another little good spot. Fun thing about this is you can actually start a fire in here. So if I wasn't quite so warm, I don't have tinder, but you could actually start a fire on this floor. How good's my knife? 80, that's the same. So yeah, I have in the past started a fire. Pick up some tinder. Started a fire on that floor. Closed this door. Warmed up, slept.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Don't need it, Astrid. It's all good. Oof, imagine being out in this. It is a beautiful autumn day here. Sun is shining. It's about, I don't know, 20 degrees maybe? Don't know what that is in real money. In Fahrenheit. 70s? 68? I used to know kind of a basic idea of conversion rates in my head, but it's been a long time. Coming up on the bridge, yeah. There's the body there. I always forget about this body. Hello, my dead friend. Oh, the long dark where you can't lift your foot to get over a ridge. So, that music, what time of day is it? Oh, I don't know if it's the evening. Is that the evening music? I'll stop in here for a second. It's evening music, isn't it? It's See, I am a bit wet. That's the main problem of going out in this weather. Just gonna drink a coffee. Keep me going. Take a moment to breathe. I was like, oh, the weather is gonna improve. The weather's changing music. No, it's gonna be nighttime music. Get off this map. Oof. Yes, please. Oh, of course. It's terrible in Ravine as well. Coal? Coal. Right. So what I'm going to do... There's a cave. Birch bark here, pick up. Actually warmer in the shelter. It's quite funny. Picked up such good clothing that I don't need to worry about a blizzard. It's mad. I think it's around here to the right, is it not? Hang on. No, stone. Thought it was coal. Carry on. Coal. Who's dropping coal all over the map? Around here, around here, around here. Ah! Flies! Sorry, real life flies. Tail end of winter, early autumn here, and flies are a pain. Just house flies, but you know. They come in just to annoy you. So these are birch saplings for making arrows. Oh, we've got a deer. Probably not got much on him. Yeah, don't really need his food anyway. I think I'm carrying around a rabbit hide, aren't I? And I never dropped it. Nah, silly me. Right, what's in here? I've got some wood. We've got a 16-degree cave. If we go up here, over the little ledge, do we get a 18-degree cave? Nice. So, thinking, though it has just calmed down completely. I was thinking I would have some rest in here, but I actually think I'm going to keep going. Oh yep, school's going to be letting out soon. There's some cars outside making a bit of noise. Now, I think someone will tell me if I'm wrong, I'm sure, but I'm 99% sure this is like the only map in the game without predators. It's quite nice. Some more birch bark here. Birch bark is good, makes a tea, good for reclaiming some of your health. Or you can just use it when you're making fires, which is probably going to be how I use it. I highly doubt I'm going to really, anytime soon anyway, lose enough condition to need birchbark tea. Normally you'd regain condition by sleeping, so making a birchbark tea is how you regain it while you're still out and about. It's a lifesaver, I believe, to many on higher difficulties. Wow, there's loads of it. Hi, bunny. Cool. That's Bit awkward, that train, is it not? Right, so you can climb down here if you wish to, if you can get a rope. On lower difficulties there's a cave over there, which I believe the rope is quite often in. But down here you can go and retrieve yourself a flare gun if you wish to. Pretty sure it's almost always there. I know those who play Interloper definitely rely on that being there. Got another dead friend over here.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Chocolate bar. More matches. Let me get these rose hips. I think I can probably craft maybe 2 or 3 rose hip teas at the moment. It might be worth doing at the next location. Don't fall off the tree. Don't fall off the tree. Now that is the nighttime music, so that music before might have been weather changing music after all. And again, I'm getting a bit tired, so I'm getting a bit slow. So my options now are to rest in the cave around the corner, or push on to Coastal Highway and rest in the first... Oh my god, I've completely forgotten the word. Trailer. The first trailer that you encounter. I'm thinking I may look in the cave and I think I may press on. Some more bunnies over here. There's a cave. Handy little respite. I must be quite wet. Yeah. Brr. Might need to start a fire and thaw out some clothing. I am wet, not frozen though, however, so frozen is a lot worse. So yeah, here's the rope. I've pretty much always found this rope here, and then you can head over to that rope climbing point with a bullet and go down and get the flare gun. Hi bunny! Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna scare you away. Is there a bed in this? No, no bed in this cave. Sometimes there's like a... I don't know really what to call it, what it's made out of, moss or something? There's a bed in these caves that you can sleep on, which isn't really a bed, it's just a, you know... Oh, baby crying. One moment. Okay, apologies about that. She seems to be okay. I also just stuck my head out my door and there was a envelope on the doorstep. So that's what the dog was upset about before. And it looks like it's skincare samples, so thrilling for me. Hi bunny. Now what I'm gonna do is get myself into Coastal and have a sleep with that trailer and then move on. Well, depending on how dark it is when we get there, I may want to push down and try and get to Onset, though I'm over an hour already, so I'll probably only be streaming for another half an hour, so we'll see what progress we can make. This game is so beautiful. Pity it's foggy. There's a good view down there. I do love the music. It's very atmospheric. Oh! Huh. Very sudden music reset there. Huh. Might actually stop here for a second. Have another wee cup of coffee. Boost my energy a little bit. Never tried to sleep in here. I wonder if this would be a good little place to sort of base yourself if you needed to. That was outside. I think unfortunately the weather does sort of clip through these cave walls. It doesn't completely stop it. We're about to go through one of the most beautiful views of the game, and I better not fall off the bridge. That would be a very bad ending to this challenge. Just thinking, would I do it all again? I maybe would. I maybe would do everything as much as I could offline and then start streaming again when I was at this point. I've not fallen off the bridge ever, but you know, I'm just planning in my head for the inevitable not paying attention because I'm talking and streaming. Gaming. But look at this. This is so cool. I remember when I first saw this and thought, holy shit, this is amazing. And then I got to the point where you have to cross it and thought, oh my god, how on earth do I do this? Just gonna very carefully. Huh. I think there's quite a large box, you know, stepping box. But also they added creaky noises just to throw you off. I'm gonna stop again for a second. I'm gonna look at this waterfall. Ah, moment of zen. Okay, pay attention now. Oh, I hate that noise. almost psyched myself out there for a second. I was just thinking, oh my god, what if I do fall? Oh my god, what if the first time ever in probably 1,000 hours of playing this game and dozens of times of going over that bridge, what if the time that you fall is when you're recording it? Oh boy. More coal. A reminder that I am on PlayStation and controller, which is why picking up things is not quite as swift as it would be on a mouse. So if I take a minute to go there, that's why. Cool. Now entering Coastal Highway. I am tempted, I think, to have a wee rest at the trailers to regain some energy, but also because I don't really fancy travelling in this kind of soupy
All I can think about is food.
Okay. What I might do is loot the trailer and then go down to the next trailer and rest there. Or maybe even the little cabin. I know the point of this challenge is to get from A to B as quickly as possible, but I'm just enjoying wandering around, obviously. I think it beats the 3 days you're sitting inside passing time. It's quite nice to just be travelling. Never encountered a wolf up here, but I'm just going to keep my wits about me. They're usually down by the next trailer. It's funny when the weather gets like this, it can get quite far into night before it's actually too dark to see. Gets this foggy sort of ethereal look about it. And you don't have to worry so much about being inside. So here's the first trailer. Just gonna have a look inside. There's usually a pry bar outside, so if you don't have a pry bar at this point, there's usually one on the ground here. Now, okay. So I'm mainly doing that so I don't miss anything, but I'm also partly doing it because it's a bit bright in my room right now, in my living room. I don't really want to shut the curtains and shut myself into a dark sort of... Yeah, so... Words good. I speak language excellent. How am I doing cloth-wise? I think I'm good, but... 8. Okay, I'm not gonna break down this stuff. I might grab you. Quite often clothing on these beds, but not today.
This will come in handy.
It will not. Okay. Go to the next trailer, or the cabin. I think that might be where I spend the night. do really like the footprint mechanic in the game and how long they stick around. So you kind of know that you've retraced your steps as long as you do it quick enough. Neep, 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 neep. Now, not unheard of to see wolfies up here. But I have 68 bullets. So wolves are no match for me. Apologies for background noise. I do have to kind of figure out my settings a bit so that you don't get the guys blasting their bass outside my house, but not today. Today you are going to hear the dulcet tones of some poor teenage boy losing his hearing. So this is the trailer I'm talking about. And I like to do this little shortcut here. Looking out for wolfies. Gonna have a quick look in here. And then we're gonna go straight across there. And there's a cabin. Gonna spend the night. And then just pondering how long to stream today. How much luck to push with my daughter napping. Another. Nope.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
99%. Ooh, maybe I'll leave the one I'm carrying behind when I leave. No, it's got 0.81. Maybe I'll just carry both. I'll be greedy. More coffee, which I might actually grab. Food in here. Pork and beans. Yum. And yeah, I'm leaving that jerry can. I might take the accelerant. Nip. Cool. I'm hoarding again. Someone stop me. Probably use this lantern until there's not much fuel in it and then leave it behind somewhere. And take the 99% one with me. But I don't want to waste all that lantern fuel. Now, did I crouch? I did not. Can't see any wolfies. Getting tired. Tired and overweight. I do like the atmospheric animal noises they add to the game, such as owls, and there's like a woodpeckery type noise. At night time. I am going to give myself a sprain probably here along the way, but this is the quickest and easiest way to get to this cabin, just by going along the sloped bank. I say easiest, but I mean it's most direct way of not getting a wolf, but it's the most direct way of probably getting a sprain. We shall see. Playing my luck. Trying my luck, rather. Am I on crack? What is that? Is it just the grass is rendering weird? Looks funny from up here. I guess it is. Oh yeah, just from above it just looked weird. In the dark. I gave myself a fright. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, I'm getting really slow now. I know, Astrid, we're nearly there. I'm gonna spend the night in this little cabin over here. And I hope that nothing eats us on our way. You notice the corners of the screen kind of pulse a little bit with the pain. Now you can leave sprains to just heal on their own if you're going to sleep and not waste bandages or teas, etc. That's probably what I'll do. Light shell.
What have we
Jerky.
here?
Stale. New and stale are both good. Flare. New, always good. I don't look at percentages, I look at the descriptor word. It tells you.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
I know, Astrid, we're gonna do a stock take. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff. We're gonna do some crafting. We're gonna get you better. Alright. So the first thing I was gonna do was... How am I doing on stuff? I have 4 bandages, so 4 bandages is what I always like to carry. But I think I'll do the old man's beard dressings.
Oh, I'm starving.
I know, you're okay. Wow, how many to pick up?
I need to find a place to rest.
You do. Luckily, you're looking at a bed right now. I don't often push her to the limit in terms of her tiredness, so I forget that she says that stuff. Jennifer Hale, bless her, she's so good. Cool. Oh, I can make a fishing tackle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eat and sleep, and then I'll do a little check over what I've got in the morning. You can do 11 here, I think. I'll go for 8. And I can do some stuff, because I think it'll be... Oh, it's still dark-ish. Cool. The cooler. I was going to say I can chuck stuff in the cooler. Now that I have mushrooms, I don't need... I'm actually going to get rid of some of the cardboard matches, because I don't need them. Now that I have so many bullets, I doubt I'm even going to use a flare, to be quite honest. I'll keep one. Cool. 40 kilos is fine by me. Drink a soda. Sounds like quite windy out there. Nope. Right, back over to the bed. I think I'm gonna wait to travel. Oh god, if I can find the bed. I'm gonna wait to travel until it's a bit lighter. Oh no. Blizzard. No? Stopped? Okay, we're going now then. I really don't want to encounter I don't want to travel in blizzard down to Quonset. Just checking there on our daily COVID cases. It looks like we're at 9,906, which is good. Under 10,000 is more reassuring, but at the same time it's still an awful lot of people with COVID every day. Especially when New Zealand, we've obviously been incredibly lucky with the way that our government handled the pandemic. So for us to be at this higher levels is now us kind of allowing the virus to spread a little bit because we're so well vaccinated. It's not that reassuring if you're immunocompromised or you know, have reasons to be concerned about catching COVID, which I mean most of us should really, but it's kind of inevitable not to catch it, but that we had to get to this point. Yeah, it's concerning, but hello. Oh, hut. For some reason I saw that and went, oh, there's a bear right there. No. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm billy goating down here, but this is how I normally go down to the road. Because I'm actually gonna crouch. Why am I not crouching? I prefer to travel on the ice, as I think you'll find most long duck players for coastal prefer to travel on the ice. Less chance of encountering something you don't want to encounter. Road looks clear. Cool. Not a bad day. Nice. Not even any wolves out, really. Oh, there are over there. I usually base myself at the little fishing huts when I'm in coastal. I don't go into town very much purely because of the bear risk. I'll just say that, really. And there's usually wolves as well around the garage. But we're going to the garage today. We're just gonna go nice wide berth around these wolves. One, two, three, four, five? Four. I'm seeing a spot on my TV, and it is not a wolf, it is a spot. On our way, we might stop at this little house here and another little trailer. And when we get to Quonset, that might be it for today. Here at the log sort, quite often find, yeah, there's spray can here, but around here, there's a pry bar there. Around here in the front, quite often a hatchet there. Do I have a hatchet? I haven't chopped in, oh, I don't even know if I've chopped wood in this series yet. I haven't really needed to. I suppose I've chopped up stuff inside, so yes, I do have a hatchet. My memory's terrible. Another one. Another accelerant. It's all good. I don't need that. Da-da-da. Having a little nosy around. What we got here? Simple Parker. It's okay. What have I got under my... Oh, I got a Mariner's Peacoat. Yeah, I was going to say, I think I have something better. It's funny, the contents of this trailer almost match completely the contents of the last one. I know that they do duplicate loot, I think, across... Though I didn't get jeans. But like the jerry can in the corner, the coffee, the soda and the can there, a lantern and an accelerant, pillows, and yeah, it's the same stuff. Sorry, I'm probably stating the obvious. I always forget what's where. The game does have sort of published loot tables for you to figure out kind of where to find stuff, but I don't look at that sort of thing. I like to just find it. There's a wolf right there. I can avoid him. If not, I will shoot my revolver and all will be well. Another one there. Carcass here. I'll tell you something funny. When I first played Coastal, I didn't realise you could walk across these logs. I would avoid them. I would go around them. But look, you can just walk over them. Just walk over the top of them. But I did not know that until one day I accidentally did it, and I felt like the world's biggest idiot. I would weave my way through the gaps. Because you can't step over a little ledge in this game without the game sometimes getting you stuck. So why would you be able to step over these giant logs? But you can. You learn something new almost all the time. I think I watched another one of Zach's videos recently where he talked about 10 locations or 10 things that you may not know about in the Long Dark. They were all little things you could find. And there was an entire room that I'd never found before. In one of the locations, was it, oh, I don't know if it was Bleak Inlet, because I barely go there, but, and, yeah, something else he mentioned recently, I was just like, oh my god, how do you can play this game for so many hours and still not know everything about it, still be learning almost every time you play. And I learned so much from watching others. Accurize is one of my favourite YouTubers for the Long Dark. He plays a lot of other survival games as well. And then yeah, Zachnafine. Those are the two I watch the most. And I learned so much from them. Because I think I played a good 300-400 hours probably. Just messing about, learning as I went. And then started watching Accurize and learned so much just by watching his videos that it completely changed the way I played the game. And now Zach's teaching me about the harder parts of the game, the ways to play Interloper, etc., which is giving me more confidence to think that I could, you know, give it more of a go. I just think there's different things that I rely on being in the game that wouldn't be there on Interloper, and it scares me a wee bit. I do have the 24 hours survival Interloper badge. But yeah, I basically just kept myself alive for 24 hours and then got the achievement and skedaddled. That play was done. Right, now I'm going to be a giant wuss and just very cautiously look everywhere I can. look, I'm going to go up the rocks actually and just have a really good look to see if the bear is around before I go into town. I've been surprised by him too many times. So the last few times I've been in coastal, he's been all the way over there and not coming. I haven't seen the one in town as much. It's a buried can. I was like, what is that? Huh. I don't think it's supposed to be mostly under the snow. I've seen the bear in here, but he's usually plodding along this road. Sometimes he's behind the garage. I mean, so far so good, but still gonna be a wuss. There's also usually wolves just out there. I have genuinely crouched and come through here, stood up and had the bear run at me. I don't have a flare gun, but I do have the rifle. Holy crap, that wolf's close. To my right, yeah, going by the sound. There's one there. Where's the one that just howled? Yeah, I think I'm more likely to need the revolver for the wolves than I am to worry about a bear. Cool. Sorry to be such a wuss, everybody. See ya. Oh! Oh, I got him. Jesus Christ. So I saw that wolf running, and I thought I got out of his way, and he obviously circled around and did come for me after all. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's your bit of excitement for the episode. Let's go in here and see what damage I took there. See, easy difficulty the wolves are, even if they attack you. Yeah, that's not really even a problem. What I will do is check my clothing and do some repairs. But yeah. Now, as you can see, Quonset is like full of stuff. Huh. So much loot. Oh my god, this is like pilgrim level loot. I swear. This challenge is set. Lockers to search. Toilet full of water. There's a lantern again. Now through here there's usually like a hatchet in here. Under the tyres. This bowl of water you can harvest. There's 2 workbenches. There's a fire pit. Like, Quonset's a really good location to base yourself at. I just like the God, more bullets. That's why I just shot that wolf before, because I was just like, whatever. I like the fishing huts just because I like to fish a lot, and I like to alternate my time between being in the cabins and being actually fishing and in a hut to avoid cabin fever, etc. Anywho, I am going to leave it here today. We've had a little bit of excitement, but not anything we couldn't handle. And when we come back, I'll do some clothing repair if the wolf managed to tear anything. Let's have a look. We'll loot. Yeah, a little bit. We'll loot Quonset and we'll do our 3 days here, and then after that we'll be moving on from Quonset to do, what's the next location here? Oh, that's right. I think I'd go from here to DP, and we'll do Crumbling Highway Basement, Stone Church, maybe even the Lighthouse in the next episode. But yeah, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.